Welcome back, trainers. So Team Rocket has arrived within Pokemon Go at the Pokestops, and you can now obtain Shadow Pokemon, in which I have received 2 of them. Now, we were previously going over, are these actually going to be good? Do we want to keep them? Of course we want to keep them Shadow Pokemon, but there's just one downfall, is they're not going to have great IVs, and they come at a very low CP. They do have a new move, which is going to be Frustration, and when you do Purify them, they will be learning another move called Return, which can possibly find some usability depending on the Pokemon for PvP, not really PvE or going up against gyms and raids, things like that. The power-up is going to cost more for them, as well as the new attack is going to cost a lot more. So previously for the regular Squirtle, it's going to cost 10,000 Stardust, but for the Shadow Pokemon, it is going to cost you 30,000 Stardust as well as 75 candies. So that is a pretty steep investment for the Shadow Pokemon. Now, it is a collector, that's for sure. But let's take a look. Let's think about this. For Squirtle, it already received a Community Day. But what if Niantic allows us to evolve these yet again to receive that Community Day move at the end of the year for possibly the Gen 1 starters one day? You're going to have a Shadow Pokemon in which you're able to evolve it and possibly purify it too, so you can get great IVs, and with this move Frustration, because when you do evolve them, it will keep that move. And also, if you purify them at a lower stage, it will cost a lot less Stardust. So we're going to be experimenting here. I actually think I'm going to evolve this into a Wartortle just for the heck of it, so you can see the move Frustration will stay on there, because we do know in Pokemon Go, when you do evolve a Pokemon, it does not keep any of the moves. So let's go ahead and, no, that's power up. Let's evolve it. And the evolutions do cost the same amount, so take note of that. It's not going to be any more. And even if it did cost more, I would still do it anyways here. And folks, this is crazy, but somebody has already reported those shinies. Now look at that Wartortle. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So you can get shinies of these, folks. And it's only going to be revolving around the ones that actually can be shiny currently. So you're not going to go out there and find a brand new shiny that is going to be Shadow. All right, so wow, look at that. Do you see that shadow behind it? Wow, that is really neat. I did not notice that on the Squirtle. So there we go. And now it's going to cost a little bit more to purify. I don't really mind it because this is all an experiment. I'm going to be showing you guys how this works here. Definitely not going to be purchasing a secondary move. That's a little ridiculous there. Can Frustration be good in PvP? I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless it just took like 1 tap or 2 taps to get to your charge there, then it's not really going to be doing much for you. So the benefit here, I would hold on to the Gen 1 starters. As far as the other ones like Zubat and Rattata, do you want to purify them? I think you do, because we're going to be taking a look at something here, and after you beat Team Rocket, is actually going to show your Premier Balls, and that's how you're going to actually catch this Pokemon after you defeat them. It is going to be the first Pokemon they use. That is the best way to indicate it, unless Niantic changes this in the future, and you will be able to go ahead and catch it. I did end up with 4 because I have not purified any yet, or I have not brung my badge up enough to get extra Premier Balls. So let's go ahead and take a look at that clip so we can go into further discussion as to how this is going to work, and so you can see visually what Team Rocket looks like when you encounter a corrupted Pokestop. Alright, so here is the first corrupted Pokestop that I did see. Driving around looking for one frantically, my gotcha went ahead and spun it, and then the Team Rocket member came out. So that's what you're going to do. When you actually tap on it and spin it, they will pop up immediately. So you won't be seeing that Team Rocket member standing outside unless your gotcha or Go Plus spins it for you. And then your team leader will prompt you as to what's going on here. If people are not part of social media and they're not aware, like, what in the heck is happening, the grunt will talk to you and give you some sort of attitude. And I am a secret Team Rocket operative, I suppose, wearing the same outfit. So then you're going to pick your team. Simple as that. The first Pokemon that they do throw out is going to be the one that you're going to encounter after the battle. So I did just go in here with whatever team I had. I had Bastiodon, I suppose, when I was PvPing with somebody last. So I will be getting that Rattata after I do defeat this Team Rocket grunt here. And also, when you do PvP regularly with your friends, after your Pokemon have been defeated or lost HP, and the battle is over, you will have to not heal them, right? Right. But when you go up against a Team Rocket member, actually my Bastiodon is fainted. I have to revive it as well as recover my Togekiss because it did lose HP. You'll be seeing it go into battle here in a moment. So take note of that if you're kind of confused as to why they fainted. Yes, when you battle them, you will have to go ahead and heal or revive them afterwards. And now we're on the final Pokemon for their team, which is going to be Venusaur. Too bad I couldn't get that one. That's alright, I'll find Bulbasaur sooner or later. And we're going to be taking a look at another clip of me going up against another Team Rocket member and with a different team and collecting that Squirtle as we've seen here. So in comes my Togekiss, just picked a random team, and I do have that switch glitch up there. Yeah, it's whatever, it's no big deal. So we take it out, and this is where you're going to be prompted with your Premier Balls. And depending upon how many tasks, how many Pokemon you've purified, you will be able to get more. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. As you can see, that's my first one for the badge. And purified Pokemon 0. So the more you purify, the more Premier Balls you're going to get, as well as finishing these tasks for your medal. And then you're going to be prompted into this catch screen with the Shadow Pokemon itself. And remember, they can be shiny, so if you get one of those, that's going to be absolutely insane. Good luck out there. Now we're just going to go ahead and give it a Golden Raz, and of course it attacked. So now I'm down to 3 Premier Balls here. Didn't really experience any trouble of it breaking out or anything like that. I just kind of messed up that first throw. So let's go ahead and get on with it here. Pretty exciting stuff, guys. Finally, it's here. Now I wonder if the higher your badge gets, the harder the grunts will get for their encounters of Pokemon, or the rarer they will get, and finally eventually up to maybe, I don't know, legendary birds. Or are those going to be in raids in the future? We'll just have to wait and see. So I did catch that Shadow Pokemon here. Pretty excited. And I did go ahead and evolve it right off the bat. I didn't really wait for it. Yes, it will cost more to purify it, but with the Stardust I have, I'm not really caring too much at this point. This is all just an experiment. So we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. And again, about purification, if you want to go ahead and purify all the ones you encounter, go for it. But like I said, I'm going to maybe just hold on to the starter Pokemon. Although if you do purify them, you will get that return move, as well as possibly a community day move if they are allowing us to evolve them in the future for a mass community day, which would be quite amazing having that side move. So after you beat it, they do simply vanish, and that is that. And moving on to the next Team Rocket encounter. So this one was here for, I would say, a good hour and a half because it was reported by others. And there is some word around on how long are these going to last when it is corrupted or at least black and spinning like this for you to go over there and spin it. People were previously saying 10 minutes, but like I said, this was here for well over an hour. So I don't think that is holding true too much. It could be different from, you know, Pokestop to Pokestop and just be at random. They could last 10 minutes. They could last an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours or more. But all I know is this one was here and I went straight to it and I was like, okay, let's get our second Shadow Pokemon here. So this is me actually spinning it as opposed to having the go for it. And then the Team Rocket grunt is going to appear here. And it looks like the team leader will only show up for the first time to kind of prompt you as to what is going on. So I had no idea what team that this grunt was actually going to have. I did go out there with the victory bell and absolutely demolished it because it had all water type Pokemon. I was like, cool. I really hope they get more difficult in the future and then maybe even battle like the head boss of them. Not quite Giovanni, but maybe work our way up to some sort of event where Giovanni comes in and that's how the legendaries are going to be introduced. Could you imagine that? I'll have another video on that in the future. All right, so we just take down the Mud Boys and then comes the Swampert. I'm like, okay, we're just going to completely destroy it here with Leaf Tornado, or Leaf Blade at least, and down it goes. That's cool. Like I said, I just hope they get a little bit more difficult in the future. So I am bringing that badge up, and after I'm done with this video, I'm going to go out there and drive and look for as many of these Team Rocket Pokestops as I possibly can. Now, another question is, are they going to only be during the day, kind of like the raid hours are, or is it going to be 24/7? I'm not too sure about that question quite yet, but I'm thinking they're going to be around the clock, so it's not going to be on the raid schedule. I hope so, because that'd be nice going around at night just looking for them without traffic or too many people out, and you're able to just get these done. So it is going to be a Squirtle. I'm going to go ahead and catch that, and that is the current one that I did evolve just now. So this is quite amazing. So we're going to be going over a lot more details here before we end this video. I just wanted to show you these clips personally here, and we're actually going to be purifying my Rattata, guys. I know I probably should hold on to it, but I'm just going to do it because I want to see what it looks like and show you all as well. So it does have frustration. All right. And I did switch that as my buddy. And after you defeat it, yet again, it just goes away. You cannot continuously spin it over and over again. So you're going to have to go out there and find it. They do appear to be somewhat rare as well. All right, so we do have the Shadow Pokemon pulled up here. You can actually type in Shadow and it will appear with that icon next to it. And then when you purify them, it'll have the purified icon, which we'll be looking at here in just a moment. So the more you get, the more you'll be able to search like that. So sorry, Eradicate. I don't really want to do this, but I suppose for you guys, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Before we do that, let's look at the IVs. All right, the attack is sitting at 3, HP is sitting at 6, and the defense is 0. So it will be going up to level 25 when you do purify them, no matter what. And the IV should be getting a little bit better here. So let's go ahead and purify this Eradicate. Oh, wow, that looks really neat. Cool. Oh, I like that background. Hey, there it goes. It's squeaky clean now. Alright, so it is level 25, and it does have the move Return. Hey, Eradicate in the Great League. With Return, it's getting stabbed. Not super effective to anything. So the purification process is over, and it does have that cool little aura around it. Pretty neat. I'm assuming that's going to be like that even when you make it your buddy. So it went from evil to cleansed. Let's go ahead and check the IVs here. Did get a little bit better, but they're not much. All right, so take note of that. It could change for you possibly, but it did go up a bit. Nothing dramatic, nothing game-changing for it. It is Eradicate, so it is purified though. I will be getting extra Premier Balls and hopefully maybe even making the grunts a little bit tougher. I don't know. Hopefully, that's just wishful thinking. So let's go ahead and back out here and see if we can see what that Eradicate looks like. Has the purification icon next to it. Let's go ahead and go into the Pokedex so we can have a visual here. Maybe it'll have purified. It does not. Alolan form in this. Okay. Oh, purified at the bottom. Okay, so seen, caught, lucky, purified 1. Got it. Excellent. That'd be cool if it showed like shadow as well, but I guess that's unnecessary, I suppose. And if we go to the Squirtle, it does not show any sort of shadow. Purified though, and that's going to be on everything, I would assume. Yeah, it's a new little function there. So there you have it, trainers. Pretty interesting here. And for all of you AR shot enthusiasts, I did go into the AR mode with the Shadow Pokemon, and yes, it will appear like this. This is not Photoshop at all. They will appear with that purple aura around them and their red eyes. So there's another interesting thing that actually happened to me, which I was not trying to do whatsoever, and that is take a picture of it and have Schmirgle show up, and it did on my first shot. So let's go ahead and see if it will learn that move, Frustration. It's pretty interesting on what's going to actually happen here. So I do have the Eradicate out. Just wanted to go into AR mode to take a look here. I was like, okay, this Eradicate looks pretty neat. So I stayed in front of it for a while. I'm pretty sure we can get some pretty cool shots here. And then I did take the shot, and there it is. So we're going to go ahead and back out and catch this thing and see what charge move it does have, because that'd be pretty interesting. What if it was, what if it was Shadow? That would be something as well. Fortunately, it's not though. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, and it's definitely not going to have it. It has Hydro Pump. Okay, so yeah, Schmirgle cannot learn the Frustration move. So there you go. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Eradicate. And there you go. It has the move Frustration, so it cannot learn that. So basically the Pokestops, not too sure on how long they're going to last, if they're, or when they're reported, or if you do see one you can't make it and you're like, oh man, I'll come back in like 20 minutes. Well, hopefully it'll still be there. But once you do complete that, it is going to be gone. And it looks like they're pretty random and kind of rare at the moment. I'm assuming they might have events in the future in which they will be spawning at an increased rate, like Team Rocket Invasion, more reinforcements, and Giovanni's here with a new raid boss that's going to be Shadow or something, right? Should be pretty interesting. So I hope this helped you out. And remember, let's go over this one more time. If you do purify your Pokemon, they will learn that new move Return. And if you do not keep them, or if you keep them Shadow, then they will keep Frustration, which is not so great. And it's kind of cost you a lot more to buy that secondary move, and as well as power them up. And if you do purify your Pokemon at their basic stages, which means when they have not evolved yet, it's going to cost less to purify them. And as you evolve them, it will cost a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but you know, a few thousand Stardust more. So if you're short on that, keep note and make sure you do what you have to do accordingly. So with that said, trainers, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'm going to be keeping you posted on all you need to know about Shadow Pokemon, and I'm going to go out there and see if I can find some more. Alright trainers, last but not least, the benefit of having a purified Pokemon is you're going to get a 10% candy cut for powering them up, as well as a 20% Stardust cut. So there is that added benefit, as well as getting a better moveset return, which could possibly find some usability depending on which Pokemon it is. Specifically this Raticate here, I mean, it is normal type, and it is fitting for the Great League. Who knows how well it will perform. But there is all of the information you need to know about the purified Pokemon and Shadow. Alright guys, so one more thing about the Shadow Shiny Pokemon. Apparently there's just one picture floating around, which makes it very suspicious. So don't go out there with your hopes up and trying to get one of these shiny. And yes, that would have been quite annoying to actually find one of these and having other people have them, and you're barely able to even find these Team Rocket Pokestops. So I just wanted to put this at the end of the video, let you know that these shiny Shadow Pokemon are probably more than likely not in the game. There's one picture, so maybe they're just extremely rare, but take it with a grain of salt. They may not be here, they may be. With that said, I'd like to say thank you for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.